Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly here with Flo. And man, Nick Wright pretty much said last week he's going to stop talking about, the hate on the Niners, kind of steer over here. Maybe it was because of his great grandma or whatever, mother-in-law that's a Niner fan. But I guess that ended when he was on his podcast and said some things that were like, okay, whatever. But then obviously got to take a shot at Brock Purdy. But let's check this out, man. Talk about it.
All right, so you've been super high on the Cowboys all season and still have them making the Super Bowl. But your surprise NFC pick was the Rams. I think we're going to show a tweet for those watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
So that was the layout. Is the only reason you have LA going so far is because there's no chance that Dallas can beat San Francisco?
No, listen, I think that could be a really tough matchup for the Niners. Divisional opponent. The Rams are 7-1 over the second half of the season, and the one loss was in overtime to Baltimore. A Baltimore team that's kicking the teeth in of everybody. That's the Rams' only loss. The Rams beat the Niners in the playoffs a few years ago with Stafford playing quarterback. I think there is a chance of a little bit of rust factor for Brock Purdy. Having the bye and sitting out this past week. I also think you're not going to blow out this Rams team. And if you're in a close game late, I don't know that I trust Purdy at all. So I just think for the Rams, it's also why I thought it was a mistake for the Niners to not try harder in that game in Week 18. If the Niners had won that game, the Rams would have dropped to the 7 seed. That would have meant it's Rams-Cowboys in round 1. I think everybody would agree with me that maybe Lions fans wouldn't, but after the Niners, the two best teams in the conference, my opinion, are clearly Dallas and then the Rams. By losing that game to the Rams, the Niners, I don't want to say guaranteed, but set it up to where they're probably going to have to beat both of them. The Rams in round 2 and the Cowboys in round 3, if you think like I do, that the Rams are going to beat Detroit. And so, I think the Rams can go to San Francisco and win. I think McVay, who hasn't had regular season success against Shanahan, will be ready for what they've got cooked up there. And I think that then Dallas, of course, does get to host the playoffs the rest of the way. But I'll tell you right now, if it's a Cowboys-Niners NFC title game in San Francisco, I'll go with Dallas. I'll believe Brock Purdy's playing in the Super Bowl when I see him in the Super Bowl.
All right, man, your boy Nick, the fruit bat. What do you think about this, man? Him, and I get it, man. If he wants to pick against the Niners, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't trip about that, how the Cowboys and the Rams would both beat them. But, I mean, pretty much saying Brock Purdy, he's got to see it to believe it, to make the Super Bowl. What do you think about all this, man?
Well, the one good thing is Nick Wright has pretty much been wrong this whole entire year. Every single prediction he's pretty much had going against us, we've proved him wrong. But I do think we might end up facing the Rams, like he said. Understand they still have to go into Detroit and win a game in Detroit, and that's going to be hard because Detroit, they haven't had a home game forever, so that freaking stadium is going to be crazy. But they just don't have that much experience, so I don't know. Maybe the Rams, since they are a team with a few guys who have playoff experience, maybe they go in there, upset them. But still, man, when they beat us, come on, they were playing our backups, and it was still, we should have won that game. Come on, if it wasn't for a Moody missed field goal, we would have ended up winning that game. And so, I don't know. I'm still confident in us. I'm not too worried about that, but it's just Nick Wright, man. I don't know what he has against the Niners and Brock Purdy, but this whole year, man, he's just been going after us. And it's crazy because they've been performing, but guys like his Chiefs that he really loves and Patrick Mahomes, they've been playing horrible, and he still has those guys as like one of his favorites. So, I don't know. Maybe this guy just doesn't watch the games and he just goes based on previous years to make his takes, but what do you think, man?
It's kind of weird because the last 2 years before this year, Nick Wright would love the Niners. He would always say good stuff about it. And then last year he picked them to go to the Super Bowl with Trey Lance. And I don't know, to me personally, it looks like he was a Trey Lance fanboy. And he would always, this year, is taking shots at Brock Purdy, taking shots at Kyle Shanahan, say it wasn't fair. This training camp thing was just baloney. So, I mean, it just looks like he is a biggest, like, Trey Lance guy. And he thought Trey Lance was going to be our quarterback. So some guys, I don't know, they just fall off the bandwagon because we don't have Trey Lance, I guess, which is the weirdest thing ever, because Brock Purdy, he's better than Jimmy Garoppolo, better than Trey Lance, better than Nick Mullins, better than CJ Beathard, better than every scrub we've had here. So I don't get why all of a sudden now the Cowboys and the Rams are better than us. And, you know, going to take a little shot at the end, obviously, about Brock Purdy. And it just seems like it comes all the time with these guys, man. Especially on Fox Sports, man. They don't give a damn. They're just going out taking a shot at a guy that's probably going to finish number 2 in the MVP vote. I was listening to Peter King today, and he said he picked Lamar Jackson, a guy that votes, and then he picked Brock Purdy number 2. So I bet you a lot of people are picking Brock Purdy number 2. So a dude that finished number 2 in the MVP voting is getting trashed on. I just haven't seen that in forever. I've never seen a quarterback or any player that finished number 2 just gets bashed on the way that Brock Purdy's getting bashed on, which is, to me, unbelievable. At the disrespect, the Pro Bowler, and then someone that's going to finish number 2 in Pro Bowl voting, and then he finishes number 2 in All-Pro behind Dak Prescott today. So it's kind of weird, man. It seems like there's guys out there that, you know, they just don't like Brock Purdy for one reason or another, and they're just going to trash him. So I'm really hoping that Brock Purdy can shut these guys up and take us to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, because they would be stunned, man. I would love to watch Fox Sports the day after when all this happens. I want to see Doug Gottlieb's face, Nick Wright, Joy Taylor, Greg Jennings, all those guys that just been ripping on this guy all year long. So to me, man, Gonzo could kick rocks, dude.
And man, imagine this perfect scenario. We end up playing the Rams and then the Cowboys, so we get both the two teams he's predicting to beat us. If we go through them, plus whoever we meet in the Super Bowl, man, I just want to see what kind of take this guy has to do after that, because
there's nothing else he could say.
At that point, there's nothing he could say. So I'm almost hoping that we get those two matchups just so we can shut this guy up once and for all. Brock Purdy goes out there, does his thing, because we know he's going to do his thing. Brock Purdy, he's ready. Like we said last week, man, he's already getting into that mental state where he wants this run. You could tell he's just putting in the work. So I can't wait to see what Brock Purdy does in these playoffs.
Yeah, right now Brock Purdy, he's in the zone right now. We heard the report from Matt Mayoko how he was there at the facility 8 in the morning on game day getting his workout in, and then we heard yesterday, Thursday, that when they had the practice, he was lighting it up, man. George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, and Fred Warner was like, damn, yeah, Brock was slinging it, man. And all reports are this guy, he's locked in. He's locked in, he's zoned in. And we heard Mark Schlereth talk about what Brock Purdy said, how, you know, if they think that I'm a game manager, they don't know what they're watching. So right now, you could tell that he is in like this zone that nobody could get him out of right now. And I know he can't wait. He just can't wait for 10 more days, 11 more days to his first game. You could just tell he's ready to go, and he's just tired of all the baloney, all the BS that's been thrown his way for playing great quarterback. You never see that guy that's playing great quarterback and you're still bashing him. So he has a lot to prove, even though he really doesn't care about it, but he knows that, you know, I'm just going to go do it. Screw these guys. Let's see what happens. And I'm pumped, man. I think that this guy right here, he has what it takes, man. He has the balls. Like Canedo says, yo tengo los huevos, way. That's what it is, man. He's got the balls. And I just can't wait.
Yeah, man. And then by that time, we should have Juwan back too, right?
He's back. He's already practicing.
Okay,
he's already practicing.
Now we get that third and Juwan, that safety net back to go with the Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk.
And George Kittle.
So because that's what we had been missing. We had been missing that reliable third receiver. So now we get Juwan.
Was he there during the Washington game? No, he was on concussion. Yeah, it was your boy Val.
He's been out for a month essentially.
He's been out for a while.
Yeah, so now you get him back too, and you know they have chemistry together too. So man, it's with assuming no injuries happen, it's lining up really nicely for us right now.
So I mean, I just can't wait, man. Obviously, all that matters is getting that 6th Super Bowl. It doesn't matter what all these haters are saying, but it would be nice just to see Nick Wright and these guys just shut up. Finally, it's just like, dude, you have not picked on a dude so much that's playing out of his mind. It just doesn't happen where the media bashes a dude for playing great football. It never happens. This is the first time ever where they just come at him like, hey, yeah, he's this, he's that. Oh, he's just a system. it's unbelievable to me, like hearing the stuff that's coming out of these guys' mouth every week, week in, week out. But now it's put up our shut up. So I personally, if something bad happens, and I don't even want to think about it, but I will probably turn off the TV because these guys are having a field day. They had it a field day when we lost 3 games in a row. They had it a field day on Christmas when Brock threw those interceptions. And I mean, right now they'll be having a freaking party, man. They'll be going to Cabo, having first take and all those things from Cabo, just celebrating that Brock Purdy failed. But I'm really feeling that this ain't gonna happen, and we're gonna be the team that wins it all in the end. It's gonna be because of Brock Purdy, man.
All right, well, you guys let us know in the comments what you guys think about this Nick Wright take. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See y'all next time.
Peace.